Hello everyone, welcome to my channel once again. In today's video, I want to talk about the news event and how they impact our trading. So before we get started, want to check how high impact news look like, how the low impact news look like, and how the news that doesn't impact the market at all look like. When I'm talking about the high impact, I can look at my screen. You see this AUD showing the red color. That's how an high impact news look like. Is always red, while a low impact news is always orange, just like how you can see this EUR in an orange color. Then this EUR that you can see that are in yellows, they are news that doesn't have impact in the market at all. So we just three news that can affect the market. So as we go forward, we are going to be breaking them down maybe in threes just to make it very understandable to everyone. So let's look at the Federal Reserve interest rate, which we all know is being set by Fed Powell. And this interest rate, it's what affects the dollar in the sense that when the interest rate is being increased, investors tend to bring money into the US economy. Like investors tend to pump money because they feel like they are going to get higher returns when they invest in the US dollar. That's if interest rate is being increased. So the demand of dollar become high and the investors' money into the US economy gets larger. So let's just look at it in this way. If US banks are offering better interest than Europe or Asia, global investors will say, let's move our money to the American economy just because everybody just wants what is going to double their money for them. More people are going to be buying dollar and dollar is going to go up. That's why when you see that Fed comes to speak and the interest rate is high, you see that dollar tends to pump in the market. So secondly, when we look at the US inflation report, just like the CPI data, this is inflation measure how fast prices are rising. So when the CPI is high, you see that the Federal Reserve may rise interest rates, USD strengthen. Then when it is low, you start the interest rate cuts. So we can look at it in this way. If groceries suddenly cost way more than the means, that means inflation is high. To slow that down, the government rises borrowing costs, and when that happens, the dollar often becomes more attractive globally. So when grocery cost more, you can look at it as this product expensive. So they feel like companies are already start making a lot more profit, and when there's too much profit, it's going to cost huge money in circulation, and the government tend to increase the interest rate just to make sure that that can beat down inflation, and it makes the US dollar attractive because when price skyrockets and things get expensive, devalue the US dollar on its own. So increasing the interest rate makes the US dollar have add value. So as you can see the last one, which is a major global crisis like war or financial collapse. So let's look at the Russia and Ukraine invasion. Why crisis strengthen the USD? When the world is unstable, investors get scared. They sell risky assets and they want to save haven currencies. And the biggest safe haven currency in the world is the US dollar, which we all know. So imagine there is a storm coming, people don't stay outside, they run into a strong building. That's just how this happens because they believe that the US economy, no matter how things tend to go down or how things get worse, the US economy still stand a chance of time or stand the test of time. That's why during wars and recession or financial crashes, the dollar often surge. People tend to invest their money in dollar because they feel like yes, we are safe here. Even if anything want to go wrong, we are still safe here. So whenever you observe that okay, there is a war or there is a kind of clash, you see that most currency tend to start selling and the US dollar appreciates. So then this video, I want us to just watch it through and understand basically how some news affect the market, which I know I'll be able to break down in this video. So in my next video, I'm going to be posting more about news that affect the US dollar before we can move to other currencies. So I'm sure that I'll be able to pass knowledge to those that have watched this video. Thank you very much for watching and stay blessed.